Oh, no, not him again.
Remember me, Mr. Stone? Vincent Asa! Just one photo to show everyone in the world that we're best buds! Come on, please! I'm your biggest fan!
I know, you've been to my last 36 shows, but we are not friends.
There! Look into the light!
Toasty!
By your command.
About this crazed fan.
He's come to every one of my shows this year. He's also sent me stacks of letters, gone through my trash. He even followed my mother to her weekly bingo night.
Just getting us out of the way. Being a fan is not a crime. You're supposed to be a fan of what you like. And without fans, the famous people wouldn't have any supports for what they make. That's how companies are funded, by fans who give. Fans offer constructive criticism, defend, and even encourage the artists to keep going, where they otherwise would have stopped trying and gave up. Although this guy, Vincent, is basically a fan, to call what he does being a fan a crime is too far out of the way. So a line must be drawn here. There's a difference between being a fan and a stalker. Now with that out of the way, let's focus on his actual crimes. Jagged Stone says that in the past, Vincent has given him stacks of letters, has gone through his trash, and has followed his mother to her weekly bingo nights. For those of you guys who don't know, giving someone unwanted stacks of letters is considered stalking behavior. Rummaging through someone's trash, as I've already went over in my Marionette Charge for Crimes video, is considered stalking as well. And lastly, following someone's mother to her place of entertainment is stalking also. I'm kind of wondering why no charges were pressed against this guy. I guess I will press charges on this guy. Okay. 1 for unwanted stacks of letters, 2 for rummaging through his trash, and 3, following one's mother to her place of entertainment. 3 cases of stalking. So there. Now this is where you came in. The present day of the episode, where Vincent is trying to hide behind a counter to get a picture of Jagged, proving that he's stalking once again. And he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for a meddling Fang, a crocodile, which outs him in front of Jagged. So I'll say to Fang, "Good doggy," and I'll say to Vincent, "You're charged with stalking," and possibly a restraining order. But I don't actually think a restraining order will be enough on this guy. Aside from the fact I'm going to be seeing his face in my nightmare soon, he detains Jagged and tries to force a picture on him. And I looked it up, and actually forcing a picture on someone counts as harassment. If this is against somebody who actually is doing evil and you catch him in the act, that's different. Vincent is only doing this for selfish reasons, and curse you episode for making me think that he does not deserve a butt whooping by the end of this.
No photos! Now don't let me see you near Mr. Stone again, or next time you won't get your camera back.
At this point, why don't you just arrest Vincent Asa and just end this episode early? Because you already have proof that he stalked Jagged, and he harassed him into a photo against his will. Sure, it might be hard to get what he did in the past, his stalking charges, his 3 stalking charges of sending you unwanted stacks of letters, going through your trash, and following your mother to her bingo nights. But this here, you actually have proof of what he actually did do at the present moment, so have that evidence and go to the cops and get him arrested. But who am I kidding? Everybody in Paris is dumb. So as of right now, I can't exactly do anything else to this guy. I know it's nothing new ever since the Lila video, but I'm going to be charging people for their crimes, even in their akumatized states, because they have a lot more agency than you know. Let me tell you what I mean. After I watched the episode Evil Strader, I realized that akumatized victims can determine what's right from wrong. Because as it turns out, all Nathaniel wanted to do was spend his birthday with marionettes, and punish the school bully, Chloe. Nathaniel's an angel. a lot of akumatized victims can actually think for themselves. Akumatized victims have a lot of agency. Hawkmoth does not completely brainwash them, which actually would be preferred. He simply just gives them powers and threatens to remove them if they choose to disobey him. And ever since Evil Strader episode, I determined that basically some akumatized victims actually can come back to being good. Because Nathaniel almost did. So as of right now, moving forward, I'm done with the whole notion of all akumatized victims are victims. If you're an evil person and you get akumatized, I'm gonna charge you. If it's honestly not your fault how you got akumatized, then I won't charge you. Then you actually would be called an akumatized victim. Now, back to Vincent. Vincent Asa has kidnapped 2 people with his camera head, and I've counted 42 people in total that he kidnaps in this entire episode. And he not only kidnaps them, he stores them in pictures inside of his own house. How evil do you have to be that Hawkmoth uses your house as a place to keep victims of your choosing? Like, I would think it would just be inside of your camera, but no, it stores them inside your house. The very thing he does right now is basically mass kidnapping. And I looked it up, and mass kidnapping would be a form of terrorism in France. But let's talk about life imprisonment for a moment. What even is life imprisonment? Well, it's different in every country and different continents. But specifically in France, life imprisonment is for as long as you live. But for the most part, it can just be for 30 years. And then, once 30 years have passed, then you might be eligible for parole, which is not always the case. Sometimes if you're a really bad egg, they might just withhold parole from you forever, and you just die in prison. That's including the murders, or if you're involved in other situations. But they get rid of the death penalty and just have you die of natural causes, instead of just guillotining you, or with that neck slicing thing. They just did away with that in 1981, and the last ever time they ever did an execution was 1977, so you're kind of gonna die of your own natural causes in prison when you're doing life imprisonments. So that's what life imprisonment is in France. So that's kind of what he'll basically be dealing with if he does mass kidnapping. Maybe he might get parole, but maybe not. We're not entirely sure. But most likely than not, he will not get parole if he's involved in really shady dealings, or if he commits something against a majority of people. So that's explaining life imprisonment for you. Hope you learn a lot. If you do not, then I guarantee you look up the French penal code, because that's where I got all my information from. I encourage you to try and look at it. So Vincent not only trespasses inside, he goes up to Jagged's private suite to get him. And if someone laughs like that, you know he's a psycho. I was about to charge Vincent for stealing Fang, but Jagged Stone should know that crocodiles are not illegal in France because they're a dangerous animal. And he should know this, being a famous rock star who's been in France for quite a long time. So stealing an illegal pet is not right, but it also isn't illegal. However, he does send Fang into the same picture realm as Adrian and Chloe Bourgeois, which is dangerous. Vincent does not show any remorse or any worry that he sent Fang, a dangerous crocodile, into the same photo realm as Adrian and Chloe Bourgeois. And taken that he just zapped it, he knew what he was doing. So I'm going to charge him for murder. Attempted murder, but murder nonetheless, because if Pixelator won, Adrian and Chloe Bourgeois could have got mutilated by the sharp and dangerous teeth of a crocodile. No thanks to you, Jagged Stone. But don't worry, I'll get to you eventually.
I'll be your one and only fan. You belong to me for eternity. You belong to me for eternity.
What the junk? How in my shiny, tiny little hiney did this episode get approved? What is he doing? It looks like he's trying to propose or something. Ew. And whoever says you'll belong to me for eternity. Rewatching Season 1 episodes as an adult has made me see little details that I probably would have missed as a kid, and seeing some things as more concerning than usual. And this is perfect proof for the point I made earlier, because even though Vincent has been akumatized, his stalking behavior still peers through. But Jagged Stone is not without his options. He can still defend himself. He can either kick him in the face, he can run for the door over there, pick up that lamp and smash it against his head, or lock the door behind him and wait for the police to arrive, so he can charge him for harassment and the threat of kidnapping. This scene was so cringy. If I must suffer, so should you. In an attempt to kidnap Ladybug, he shoots her arm off and sends it to his photograph realm. And then later, he'll get her leg as well. This kind of thing will count as dismemberment, and this would count as a form of murder, which is punishable by life imprisonment rather than death. And wherever he keeps her arm and leg, we just don't know. I know Vincent caught a lot of people in his photograph realm, but he did not get everybody. But I do know that he's scaring the remaining people that are in Paris with the threat of being kidnapped and being imprisoned in his photograph realm. So this would also count as terrorism. Because imagine if you were trying to run away for your life, away from a guy who would imprison you forever in his photograph realm. That's kind of what's happening right now. But surely he kidnaps Cat Noir all over again after he just released him. But still keeps the body parts of Ladybug. But I'm like, where? Where in your entire house is Ladybug's body parts? You zapped off her arm and leg. Where are they? You're a mean one, Mr. Vince. This scene proved my point again, because Pixelator can stop attacking Ladybug if he is promised Jagged Stone instead of Ladybug. Because that's what he really wants. He wants Jagged Stone. And this kind of proves that akumatized victims still have agency, despite the fact that they're supposed to lose their memory when they take on the ability of being akumatized. But he has not forgotten who Jagged Stone is. So he knows what he's doing. So I'm going to charge him with attempted kidnapping. And have I talked about the outfit of Pixelator? It stinks. It really does. I hate it. Hi, Cat Noir! Thanks to this slimy clump of shower-drained ball hair, Cat Noir cannot defeat Pixelator anymore by destroying his camera head and ending his nightmare already. And now we have a problem, because Pixelator is now wise to Cat Noir and Ladybug. So all I have to do is say, thank you, citizen, and now I'm going to charge you with obstruction of justice. How you like them apples? That's gotta hurt. Attempted kidnapping. Soccer bleu! I've been hit! Blast that citizen. Give it a rest already. Let's look at that again, shall we?
Have had it with these monkey fighting snakes!
How in the name of Aquaman Sandy Cheeks did this happen? Up until this point, it's been confirmed that the camera and the akumatized suits are one, not two separate objects. The camera was a akumatized object, but it's built into the suit, and it can't be done without it. So, using the camera to defeat the camera is not going to work. And Cat Noir could have used Cataclysm to actually destroy this guy, and then brought him back with Miraculous Ladybug. but sure, we need Cat Noir to break the photograph realm with his cataclysm. Which doesn't exactly work, because somehow Vincent got teleported to the photograph realm, and is stuck in this one white photograph. I thought they were all broken, so how's this one here? Anyway, forget all that, because this episode does not care to slice about logic. It's honestly the third worst episode of Miraculous. Ugh. But who cares? It's a happy ending. But that won't stop me from saying, yeah, I'm calling the cops.